All right, I think that's a good ending thing for the song. I gave it a quick 2 minutes for everyone to get the memo. I've sent the ping out on Discord, so if you're on Discord and you have the Friday little scheduler thing, you will get the memo. If you're not on Discord and you don't have it, I highly recommend, one, you join Discord, two, that you go into the live stream notification and you select the Friday one, because I just sent a ping out. You just sort of hit this little thing here, the emoji, and it automatically gives you the role for Friday. And so when I'm about to go live on Friday, which is today, you basically get a notification. So the whole server doesn't get pinged every time we go live. So if you're not on Discord, you really should be. It's where everyone hangs out and we have a lot of fun there, especially during the week when we're not live streaming. So highly recommend you join. If you don't like, you can always leave, open door policy. All right. Back to last week. It's basically Game of Thrones, by which I mean, who is going to be Bone Daddy's throne? Everyone wants to get sat on by Bone Daddy, it seems. All I gotta say is this anime is turning into a running gag of sorts. It's just its own thing. It's just its own thing. It's ridiculous. But it's funny. You should make Overlord Twitch emotes. We have a few emotes. Thankfully, on Discord, people shared a few emotes. I haven't had time to put them. I'm going to end up putting them all over the Discord because thankfully we did get boosted. So we have the maximum boost, which means we've got the dancing Monokumas going on and we have an extra 100 emote slots. And thankfully in the Overlord thread, it does have pinned things. I pinned it heaps of things in the Overlord thread. What the hell? Someone shared a lot of emotes, which I can put in later. They usually share memes. But someone did share emotes. There it is. There they are. So I'm going to end up sticking these emotes on the Discord server and probably pick out one or two of them to pop on Twitch. Because, Twitch has a lot fewer emotes than Discord. And on Discord we have how many now? We've got the maximum boost. We don't need a boost this server, but we have the maximum boost. I think we have 250 emote slots on this server. So we've maxed it out. We can live stream 1080p on the server. We can upload, I think, 200 megabyte files. So people can post little video clips if they want to, and the server can hold it. So it's a really nice server. A lot of really good people. And this is where we just sort of hang out, shitpost, talk about all of the things. I highly recommend you join it if this is what you're into, So that's where we basically hang out when we're not here. So yeah, again, open invite here. I'll ping it really quickly in the chat for anyone that's wondering. And if you happen to get gifted a Twitch sub or you decide to become a sub on Twitch or on Patreon, highly recommended you connect it to your Discord, because then that gives you the opportunity to, one, go into the Council of Kumas where we're chatting with all the other sponsors and subs, and two, go into the voting chambers. Everyone can see it, but the only people that can talk are the people that are sponsors, subs, and alike, as well as Discord boosters. If you have a Discord boost, you can decide to use it on this Discord server, which helps us with the emotes. And then when we finish a game or an anime, we basically vote on the next one. So yeah, that's how Overlord got originally chosen. That's how Avatar got chosen. That's how Jujutsu Kaisen got chosen. That's how Konosuba got chosen. That's how Tanya the Evil got chosen. You just join, vote, and we have a lot of fun, as we always do. It's a really fun place. It's a really good vibe, and I really enjoy it. Whenever I'm at work and stuff, I'm just secretly on Discord going, ha ha ha. Company time is Discord time. And company time is poop time. You poop on company time, you get paid to poop. That's fucking awkward. I'm just telling people now when I poop on company time. Kuma, shut up. Do yourself a favor. Shut up. Just stop talking. I'm just imagining someone putting in a employment contract, you are not allowed to poop on company time. And I'd be like, how could you enforce that? Do you sit in the bathroom and watch people? That would be illegal. Do you time people? That would be kind of frowned upon. Or do you just smell? You're like, has anyone pooped? Which I doubt they have. And last week's episode, people were saying, Kuma, are you a mouth breather? No, I had COVID last week, like I said at the beginning of the stream, which meant my nose was completely blocked. And then I couldn't breathe through my nose, so I had to breathe through my mouth. Yeah. So COVID was fun, but thankfully I'm a lot better. Thank you, everyone that was asking and wishing me well. I really enjoy it. Thank you. Enjoy it. Enjoy people wishing you well. Really, you enjoy it. I'm thankful for it. There you go. That's better. See, like, I'm starting to develop a mental, what's it called? I have no filter. I just say things. I don't think them through before I say them. But then sometimes I say something and then I go, so it's kind of getting weird. I'm becoming more conscious of what I'm saying thanks to everyone quoting me on things. And so I've become a little more aware. But I still don't have a filter. So I catch myself after I say it. To my detriment. And it's online, so once it's online, good luck with that. So, it's keeping me honest. As the Aussies say in Australian Parliament, there is a actual phrase that's called keeping the bastards honest, which basically means it keeps the politicians honest, which unfortunately they're not. I don't know. I mean, if they wanted to keep the politicians honest, I can't say it. I can't say it because then a lot of people will just yell at me. Kuma bathwater when? How about cheeky bathwater? I put cheeky in a little bath and then I sell cheeky bathwater. I don't think anyone would want my bathwater. I think they would want cheeky bathwater. What does cheeky smell like? Ooh, you want to know? You got to buy the bath water. You know what? That's an idea. And every time I cut her hair, it's super soft. Maybe you could buy cheeky hair. I don't know. That'd be creepy. Someone can make like a cheeky scrapbook. You know how when they're talking about very clingy people or stalkers, they sometimes have like a scrapbook, like a clipping of someone's hair or someone's half-eaten apple or something, like Cheeky's hair. Ha! I have touched Cheeky. I own a piece of Cheeky. I don't know. It's like really creepy, but now that I think about it, maybe some people would buy it and like, who am I to judge? See, you're only saying that because you actually want to sell it to them. See? Yeah, catching myself out. Late game capitalism. Late game capitalism. Kuma feet pics. You know what? I honestly never understood that. Like, I literally never understood that. I'm like, the fuck? And then I was talking to like a group of mates and they like threw that joke out. It's like, yeah, I can pay my student loans by selling feet pics. And I'm like, okay, could you explain that to me? And they basically explained to me that that is like the most common fetish in the Western world. And I'm like, huh. And I'm like, well, it's less intrusive than gangbanging 4 people, right? I mean, gangbanging 4 people, selling feet pics. Hard to choose. Where do you draw the line? Okay, Kuma, shut up. Can we just watch Overlord? Yes, we can. Because in about 50 minutes, we're going to watch Arcane with Hachan. And then after that, AI Somnium Files. Hachan's up to episode 7 of Arcane. I can't wait. And shortly after we finish Arcane and stuff, hopefully we finish Overlord, I'm going to be going to Japan. So we're going to take a break for a few weeks. Yeah, I'm not going to give exact dates because I have a feeling people might try to track me down in Japan. So I'll let you guys know the week before. I'll let you know the week before. Bone Daddy's feet pics went. You see, when you say Bone Daddy feet pics, I automatically think about Grimm from that show that used to be on Cartoon Network, the Grim Reaper with those 2 kids. I forget the name, but he calls himself Grim and he wears like the black sort of hoodie and he's got the scythe and he loses a bet with the kids and then he ends up being their best friend. So these 2 kids are friends with the Grim Reaper, like really good vlog. Yeah, I'm going to be filming a little bit in Japan. I'm going to try film a little bit. To be honest, I'm not a vlogger. Hachan is a vlogger. So I'm going to, like piggyback off her knowledge a little bit and Grim Adventures of Billy Mandy. That's the one. That's a good one. Thank you. And like try to film a little bit just because I've been to Japan a bunch of times. I filmed a bunch of stuff and this is, I was doing YouTube at the time, but I wasn't vlogging or anything. So I will try to film a few things and I will try maybe do some commentary because there's some really cool things that I found. And there's also, I've gotten to the stage in Japan where I visited like all the tame things that I've wanted to visit. And I want to like try fun things like, I don't know, trying the best sushi in a city or something, right? And I'm like, well, if I'm going to do something like that, why don't I, typical foodie thing, take photos of the food? Okay, why don't I film the food a little bit? And it's like, okay, then why don't I introduce this place on the video? It's like, shit, that sounds like a vlog. So, okay, let's try a hand at that. Like, I'm not a vlogger, but like, I'll try it, because naturally people in this community might have an interest in going to Japan. And if they're in Japan, they might have an interest in, I don't know, trying out the best sushi in the fucking city. So, I don't know, maybe share your knowledge or something, you know? So just, let's do it. Let's give it a shot. I don't know. We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. It's going to be nothing crazy. It's just going to be maybe one or two things, one or two videos, something like that, you know, here and there. I've learned a few things while being in Japan, so maybe I could share those. So, you know, it'll be good. All right, let's kick it off. We have 50 minutes over Overlord. I think there's going to be more than enough time for episode 6. Unfortunately, these episodes are only like 20 minutes long. Too short, in my opinion, especially considering the season's only 12 episodes. Too short, in my opinion. I hope the movie comes out right after the 12 episodes. Hopefully. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And as always, I will try to edit out the episodes, but unfortunately, I can't put Japanese audio on YouTube, so the uncut version is going to be on Patreon. So either watch it live, watch the VOD on Twitch, or catch it on Patreon, or watch the audio-free version on YouTube, because fucking YouTube. And Japanese companies claiming everything. I love how they're claiming everything. They're claiming my previous videos too. The crazy thing is they don't even claim like the audio from the anime. They claim the audio from some other random thing. It's just stupid the way they claim it, but YouTube lets them do it and doesn't let you dispute it. So like, thanks YouTube. It's not about you anymore. You should just call it CorpoTube. It's all about the corporations. One vlog I made for my channel wouldn't upload. The file corrupted. That, needless to say, pissed me off. Damn. Yeah, this is why I back up everything. All right, let's kick it off. Let's kick it off. Let's kick it off. Last time, Kakaitis became a chair. Shalltear was jealous. And we invaded the Dwarven kingdom. And Shalltear's OP, as always. And now we are making an alliance. Did I say we? Am I a part of this? I'm not. Then why'd you say we? Anyway, so Nazarick is making a formal alliance with the Dwarven kingdom. That should be fun. That should be fun. The dwarves. I'm just waiting for a Balrog, to be honest. Like, I'm just be like, dwarves be digging really deep in the soil. Eventually they're going to hit something. A Balrog or something. Let's see how that goes. And then Bone Daddy's just going to tame it and probably turn it into a chair or something. I don't know. I was gonna say, they have this tunnel that effectively forms a bottleneck, and like the gates open, and there's no spears, no shields, no archers. What are you doing? Because any sort of wall like that, whether it be a castle wall or just a natural sort of bottleneck, it's a severe disadvantage for anyone trying to get in, because you could create a wall and a fortification just using shields and spears and bowmen, really, and they weren't doing anything. So I'm kind of glad to see them actually pull up their little sticks. One thing that they used to actually do back in the day is when you had these like doors. Firstly, they wouldn't just leave them completely flat, because if you get a battering ram and a wall or a door is flat, you could easily cause damage to it, because, you know, flat surface, battering ram, bam, all the impact kind of hits it. They would try to make it curved. That's what they did with a lot of the towers, and the structures make it curved so that the impact is kind of dispersed. Or they would try to, you know, make jagged edges and things, so you can't just bang with it, you know, with your hands and your arms, and it would hopefully splinter the battering ram. But another cool thing that they used to do is they used to have these like little holes where you could actually put crossbows. And they used to have like this It was effectively a device with like 50 crossbows or 20 crossbows or something, and it would line up with the holes, and you could load the bolts in, and you just go fire simultaneously. It just fires all these bolts at whatever height you wanted to be. Some of them would be like leg height, some of them would be chest height, some of them would be head height, and that would effectively like hit anyone that's on the other side of the door. So, if people are like trying to use a battering ram and all these bolts just fire, you've just basically shot an entire row worth of people with bolts. And so no one wants to be in front of the door, which demoralizes everyone with a battering ram and all these other things, Because typically, like, they bring a battering ram, they would have like they would create either a shield wall, or they would sort of bring like a little house thing on wheels or carry it, and it would provide cover from up top, so archers couldn't hit the people holding the battering ram. So like, how do you hit people with the battering ram? You like shoot them, or they would create moats, or they would pretty much there's like a variety of things that they used to do. They used to dig around the edges of the wall, and then sometimes they would basically put like clay pots. And they would line them up, and then they'll put the soil over. So like, if a single person or like 3-4 people walked over it, there wouldn't be sufficient weight for the pots to crack. But if you got something like, I don't know, a battering ram, or like a siege tower, or a lot of people with like a ladder, and you had like a dense pack of people at the bottom of the ladder, the pots would crack under the weight, and then effectively the soil would just collapse, and then it's like, fuck, boom, everyone's down. Okay, now I can't hit the wall, I can't put the thing. So they used to do all these things with sieges. There's a lot you can do. Like, some of the most intense fighting that would take place during a siege would be when you breach a gate or a door, because you've got this little opening, and you've got all these people that are defending it. You've essentially created a bottleneck where these people can attack you from all sides, and you've got this little narrow entryway. You don't want to be the first person there, and particularly, like, you got to clear out the rubble and everything, so a lot of people die. So, it's not exactly easy. I mean, they make it look easy in, like, Lord of the Rings, the two towers where the Uruk-hai blow up the wall. It's like, we can all just run in. It's like, okay, how about, like, all the rubble that would be there? Like, great, the explosion just fucked up the wall, but, like, it didn't just toss the giant stones 100 meters away. There would be a few of them there, like, collapsing and things like that. But, yeah, movies, it just is what it is. Some gates also have holes for spears. Yeah. They would, especially certain types of spears, or, like, pole arms, or, like, just sharpened bits of steel, and you could just stab. You wouldn't want to make it too big too often, because, obviously the integrity of the door. I'm not an engineer, but, like, but there's heaps of stuff to do. Like, they used to do a lot of stuff back in the day. So these guys are shit. Definitely shit. They're like doing nothing. It's like, we closed the door. What's our plan? Nothing. We're just going to stand here and hope they don't break through. So these dwarfs belong in a gulag. The incompetence of the people in this world just baffles me. I'm just waiting for someone that has, like, even the most basic understanding of strategy to just come by and just cause havoc. I'm just waiting for the legion that operates like ancient Rome. A war machine. That actually understands strategy and tactics. That would be beautiful. The first time they had a threat of this caliber, they never had to fight the Slavs before, clearly. You just look at some of the things that the Slavs did back in the day, and you just think, holy shit. And in a lot of cases, they have calculated sacrifices. Like in World War II, where you had 100 people that volunteered to stall the German military coming in. Their literal job was to stall. The amount of casualties they took out, they're like, you're all gonna die. Take as many of them out as you can. It's like, fuck yeah. It's literally nuts. They just basically store like 100 people just volunteers. Like, yeah, we're gonna die. We're gonna charge them hell on, and we're just gonna hold this bridge for as long as humanly possible and make them pay with blood. And I'm just like, holy shit, that is Slav as fuck. Yeah. You just look at Slavic history. It's nothing but sacrifice, really, at the end of the day. It's nothing but sacrifice. It's just like, well, no wonder there's so much tenacity and blood loss. There needs to be, really. That was unfortunately the only way to survive as people. Very dark things happened in that part of the world. Very dark things. The impending crisis. Well, if this isn't a crisis, I don't know what is. Excuse me. Can I... This is your window? Okay, this is all wrong. One, if these little windows are for archers, they're way too big. The whole purpose of these was to make it simple for the archers inside the wall to be able to fire out and hit their targets using, angles, not having it this large so that it's just as easy from someone down here to shoot them. Secondly, why is this gap so open? I understand dwarves are fat and they, obviously can't make it in and out, but what about a regular sized person that can just, I don't know, waltz right fucking in there? These dwarfs belong in a gulag. I'm just saying. The sheer level of incompetence of these dwarfs baffles me. I would personally put all of Congress in a gulag. You know the gulag where there's no food and they have to cut off their own limbs in order to eat something? Live stream that shit in exchange for donations. I mean this Congress, by the way. He should just send one person. Like, just put your junk on the table. Okay, put your proverbial junk on the table, because clearly you don't have any junk to put on the table. But, like, send one person. And they'll be like, my lord, that is one person. It's like, yeah, that's more than enough. It's like, but they've got 200,000 soldiers. It's like, yeah, they should have brought more. This fight is clearly not fair. Ah, did we miss the battle? Wait, so the Great Chasm has a wooden bridge. Uh-huh. And you could have literally collapsed this bridge. Uh-huh. Preventing them from crossing. Yes. And you didn't. But anyway, I digress. Okay, last time it was Shalltear. I kind of feel that it would be repetitive to let her go again, but at the same time, he did sort of like bring her along specifically for the point to give her the experience and potentially give her room to grow. So I also feel that it's highly probable that Shalltear is going to get sent again. I think he wants to give her a platform, give her a set of objectives, but let her run the operation in the hopes that she develops. Because up until now, it's all like, yes, daddy, I'll do whatever you want. And now it's like, no, I want you to start using your brain and not just your mouth. Kumar? Okay. Wait, is it the... Oh, I thought for a second it was going to be the gladiator guy. What's this? Did he just send a single death knight? Oh no, he's got multiple death knights. Really? I'd like to see something other than a death... Like, okay, sure, we've never seen them fight, but like, come on. How are they getting... Oh, he just cut him in half. I was going to say, how are they just cutting off the neck 3 people at a time? Like, imagine the angling and the proficiency of the slice. But then I saw them cut a person straight in half. And I'm like, oh, okay. They're just indiscriminately slicing them. Giant dwarfs? Giant dwarfs. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm beginning to question whether or not these guys in heavy plate armor would actually be able to handle the bridge. But, like, okay. This bridge seems to be invulnerable. Now imagine if these guys... Oh, destroy the bridge. See? Someone with a brain. This fucking bridge. This fucking Death Knight! You know what would be really cool? I'm gonna be this person. But, like, it would be really cool if the Death Knights didn't decapitate and dismember and completely annihilate the enemy, but, like, kill them, you know, stab them or cut them or whatever, and then do the whole Game of Thrones thing where the bridge is collapsed, the other guys are like, oh my god, we barely made it, and then Irons just goes, and all the dead soldiers just raise. And they're just like, oh my god. That would just be amazing. Not only did you just destroy a big chunk of the army, but you just replenished your numbers and raised them with their dead. Like, how demoralizing would that be? I don't know. That's just what I would like to see. That's just me. Put them all to death. But don't you only need, like, the head of an enemy unit in order to turn them into a Death Knight? Just go to the chasm and create another dozen. There's plenty of heads. 2 of my soldiers died. Is that a player? You know, there's more than one way to kill a superior firepower of the enemy, right? I mean, it's in a giant cave. Collapsing a bridge, collapsing a tunnel. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, we didn't put sub only. Sorry, I have to put sub only because people kept spoiling in the previous seasons. You can use Mono coins to like post and stuff, and then hopefully we have a mod or something. Do we have a mod in the chat? I hope we have a mod in the chat. That way a mod can moderate the comments, because like last time we were watching the seasons, people kept spoiling. If there's a mod in the chat, just give me a wave so I know. Otherwise it's too risky for me to read comments. You know what? I see this dwarf here, and I'm automatically thinking this is the Leonardo dwarf. He's probably the guy that invents the shit. I love how Shalltear is like, yeah. God damn it, Shalltear. You smug bitch. Why does she always look so smug? I swear this guy ate a brownie. He ate a brownie. He's completely gone. Well, this guy wearing the armor, I thought he could be one of the soldier advisors, but he seems to be caves and mines, which makes sense if something like falls on your head. The family they fought along with Watch died. They killed themselves. The ultimate mental war. A beauty... What? The family they fought along with and Watch die, they'd have to kill themselves. The ultimate mental war. A beautifully horrifying tactic. Well, I mean... the Mongolians did it. They would capture prisoners. They would march them on the front line so any archers would hit them first. And then if there was a siege, they would basically catapult their heads into the city, causing not only psychological damage, but also spread disease. I mean, if war is hell, may the bigger demon win. Every time a Death Knight kills something, it turns into a zombie and squire. And when the zombie squire kills something, they turn into a zombie. I love how there's this like whole the hierarchy thing. Anyway, nothing about the light novels because people might vote in the light novels. So no talking about light novels, please. Congratulations, Shalltear. You're getting married to a dwarf. Oh my god, is that why he brought Shalltear? He's gonna make a political marriage? Ha! Sucked in. You bet your ass the dwarves heard drink and they were like, what? Brewmaster? He's the fucking brewmaster! I was close. I said he like had a brownie on the way in and he was like Leonardo, Da Vinci, but like he's the brewmaster, so he's just a little bit, he's fucking slushed. No wonder his nose is red, he's gone! Director of food production. Oh, these motherfucking dwarfs. High priest. Oh my god, religion again. You would know about that, wouldn't you? You approach a nice little dwarf guy, you're like, hey, can I buy you a drink? Yeah, you missed our alternative motives. Ulterior motives. Ulterior, not alternative. Ulterior. Gotcha. Oh, have you been reading The Prince, Mr. Ines? Someone's coining the 48 Laws of Power. Look, Shalltear, she has a bitch face on. She's like, See, that's like very clever. It's like you people would all be dead. I've just helped you on a whim. That one's free. How would you like your old kingdom back in exchange for your most valuable technology? They're not really in a position to say no. Because if they say no, he can just take it. There's nothing stopping him from attacking this kingdom. He's already inside. They can't do anything. Like, that's what two of his Death Knights did. Imagine what Shalltear can do. I mean, they don't even know that, but his foot soldiers just massacred everyone at the bridge. And he's probably got, I don't know, 2 dozens outside the door. They're basically beyond fucked. They've got no leverage. They're basically bent over a barrel, and there's no lube left from last week. So, bite the pillow. By the way, question to my earlier question. Do we actually have a mod in the chat? Well, it's not valuable. Last episode they said magic enhancement is better and easier. Yes, but don't they need reagents? As well as money? She is a bitch. Fair enough. Twitch crashed. Did I see your comment? Nope, I didn't. What is referring to with the whole he can't drink? There's a saying that goes, Never trust a person that doesn't drink amongst friends. She brought out the rakia. Shalltear is very possessive. She reminds me of Cheeky when another dog is like, "You're cute, give me a pat." And Cheeky's like, "I will murder you!" Wait, excuse me? This piece of wood doesn't go all the way? Why? It's easier to snap. Anyways. No wonder they're losing territory. With stupid mistakes like this. It's not robbery considering they're already dead. They probably spent the money on Brewmaster's budget than defense. She uses the bow as a fucking handbag. Oh my god! She keeps shit in the bow! Oh my god. Okay, sure. Why not? That's freaking adorable. Wait, so let me get this straight. Just moments ago, you were thinking, oh, two of my Death Knights die. They must have someone really strong. And a few moments later, you basically said, why did they collapse the bridge? They wouldn't need to do so if they have someone strong enough to kill two Death Knights. Wow, Cheeky's going nuts. Bone Daddy scares me sometimes. Wait, but what about those guys that they had? He's just gonna solo this? Okay. Being undead is fucking broken. This guy doesn't have to solve anything, does he? How much you want to bet he's going to sit on it and be like, you're my new chair? And she died. Call it fluffy. Death Knights should survive the fall on 1 HP even if it was dropped. That's not how fall damage works! Oh, we get so little in these episodes. We get so little. We get so little. These episodes feel like a half of an episode, to be honest. This kind of feels like where you would put the ad break, and the remainder of the episode would be the next episode. Honestly, it's what it feels like. It really does. Because if the previous episode 5 had the break right at the end and you played episode 6, which is this one, it would feel like one complete episode. We go to the Dwarven Kingdom, we kill a bunch of shit, we visit the other dwarfs and we form a pact, and then we go to kill more people. Bam! One episode. But no, we get 2 short 20-minute episodes. Why? Why are they so stingy on the budget? I thought this was a big anime that sells a lot of light novels. Why does it only have 12 episodes? What? There not enough titties in this anime? Not enough fan service? Not enough body pillows? What the hell? What's the reason for this being only 12 episodes and other anime gets like 24? What the fuck? The Overlord fad theory is because they bounce around when they fall. It's sad how little we get of Overlord. Like, what's the reason? I thought this was a pretty big series. Like, what the fuck's going on? Or is Japan just so stingy that I want to make as much profit as humanly possible and spend the rest on maid cafes? Because I've just seen how corporate in Japan operates. I blame the studio. I'm familiar with the studio, unfortunately. They contact Hutchon about getting like her to do a course or something, and I looked at the contract and it was basically slavery. It was like, we own all the IP, we own the rights to everything, and we are able to create additional stuff without paying you royalties. And I'm like, Hutchon, this contract is slavery. Tell them to F themselves. Like, literally, I read it. I just put it in Google Translate, and I'm like, hell no. I'm not letting you sign this if your life depended on it. It is the most fucked contract ever. It's like, you sell everything, including rights, IP, and your likeness, and we can use your likeness however we want without ever paying you. I'm like, no. Good luck with that. Last month, some released, but the season already started. Yes. Being undead is OP, but your weakness to fire and holy magic. Skeletons are weak to fire? Yeah. I thought they'd be weak to sunlight. But apparently even vampires aren't weak to sunlight. There is the episodes are rushed. They could easily do 6 episodes to a light novel, but they cut out a lot. I remember a scene of a show of whatever about manga light novel, the anime that goes depths by catching to the story, budgets, and spin-offs. Gintama. Huh. Haven't seen it. Unfortunately, such contracts are common in animation industry worldwide. Yeah, which is why I'm not letting Hutchins sign the contract. I'm like, if you want her to put out course material, sure, she can put out the course material and you can own that particular piece of course material. But you can't own the IP to the course material as well as her likeness. Because then the company is just going to sue her for the other course materials saying, we own the IP to this, we should own everything else too. I'm like, no. Because if you're planning to do that, then you got to buy out her entire business, not one course. Bloody sneaky Japanese company tries to be smart. They think they're so clever. And then they don't understand international law, and they try to apply their law, and then they link it up to criminal law where civil law gets treated like criminal law. And then the country's so internally corrupt that the justice system is like 99.8% conviction rate. It's got so much corruption. You know, on one side, I have to be really happy that that entire system is just getting destroyed worldwide. Shalltear has few levels on true vampire lore, which is resist weakness to sunlight. I guess the book goes into a lot more detail. All right, guys, we're going to take a 4-minute break before we kick off Arcane with Hutch on episode 7, which is going to be really fun. And then after that, we're playing AI Somnium Files. So, like I said at the beginning, join the Discord if you haven't. That's the only way to basically get a notification when we're about to go live because you don't want to skip it. Just go on Discord. I'll pop the little thing in the chat real quick. Discord. Bam. You go into the live stream notification, you go into the Friday one, and you just click the emoji, and you get the roll really quickly. That way, you'll get a ping every time we're about to go live. You could do the same for all the other things, like Anime Monday, if you want to catch us on Anime Monday. Same thing. And then that way, you don't miss out because you can check out the live stream schedule. And if you are a sub on Twitch or Patreon, or you're just boosting the Discord server, you're going to be able to vote on the next anime we'll watch when we finish something, as well as which games we play when we finish something. All right, quick little 4-minute break before Arcane with Hutchun.
Hey, did I hand you a shrinking potion by accident? I could have sworn that was the gender swapping one.
Don't be hating. She's fun sized, that's all. She doesn't even have to get on her knees to blow.
You want to add anything to that conversation?
Nope, I'm good. In fact, I think your new size makes you an even more formidable and stealthy ninja.